So getting off the groomed runs and onto the ungroomed or even the bumpy or mogully runs is a bit of a daunting challenge for a lot of snowboarders. But with a couple things in place, it can be really manageable, really fun. The two things that we need to have happen in bumpy terrain are we need to stay balanced and stable, and we do that with this neutral position. So my shoulders, hips, and knees are all in line, and I'm just looking at what's coming in terms of terrain obstacles. The second thing is freeing up my lower body, my knees especially, to act like shock absorbers as the terrain starts to move up and down underneath me. So before we get into the bumpy terrain, we're just going to do a simple tactic to test our mobility and our balance. And I'm just going to do some simple traverses back and forth across the run, and I'm going to try to stay in this neutral position as I move up and down through my full range of motion. So once we're comfortable with those traverses on the groomed terrain, we can keep that neutral position and we can move up and down. We can venture into the bumpier terrain. We're going to keep the same approach here for the first couple times riding in bumpy terrain. We're going to keep big, wide turns with lots of traversing, but the difference now is the bumpiness of the terrain is going to make us move and not just our actual body movements. So as I ride across the run, I'm going to think about my legs as those shock absorbers, and as the terrain moves up and down, I'm just going to allow my legs to move up and down underneath me, the same way a shock would on a car or a mountain bike. So once you're comfortable traversing that bumpy terrain and feeling your legs moving underneath you, then it's just simply taking those traverses and shrinking them down and shortening the traverse until you're actually making some nice fluid round turns. Look ahead so that you know when the bumps are coming, and just make sure your lower body is nice and loose and your upper body is in that neutral position, and you can navigate whatever obstacles the mountain throws at you. Thanks for checking out this CASI snowboard tip. I'm Jeff Chandler from the Canadian Association of Snowboard Instructors. Remember, once you can turn left and right on the snowboard, there's tons more to learn. Visit your local resort and take a lesson with a CASI certified snowboard instructor.